Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So just before I run my PCD key or my white gate key, there is something new in the inbox that I received, and so I just want to kind of go over things with you just quickly and make sure that everyone is aware of what's going on. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. All right. So as of 1500 or 3 p.m. UTC, we got our first Allcosmos Starchart item. So let's just click on it, and this is in the inbox. Now, if you're wondering why we got this particular item, Japan actually got this update, of course, before us. And so they actually got 1 extra month of a free Allcosmos Starchart. And so because we're catching up with Japan, this equalizes us out so that we'll have the same amount of Allcosmos Starcharts. So let's claim that one first. Now, you may be asking, what are Allcosmos Starcharts for? If you haven't been keeping up with what those are, there is a new version of a 5-star available, and these are called Stellar Awakening units. You can use right here. You can also increase the awakening gauge with an Allcosmos Starchart or a Starchart specific to that style. So what that means is if you pull a 5-star on the banner, you'll get 1 out of 3 gauges for free automatically on the featured banner. And if the featured banner has something called a pickup bonus, which you can see here, it will highlight how many extra items towards the awakening gauge you get. So in the case of Sirius right now, if you look at his banner, and I'll just show you quickly, we're not pulling on it obviously, it'll tell you that the pickup bonus is, let's see, where is it? Right here. Yes, right now, instead of just getting 1 to the gauge to awaken it, and awakening certain units basically gives them extra moves, more powerful abilities, and the ability to level up from level 80 to level 100. If you've seen how Aldo is at level 100, and I've done a 5-star review, as well as shown you how to unlock that difficulty using the Stella difficulty on the Astro Archive, make sure you check out those videos on my channel. That will help you get Aldo at level 100 for free. In the case of Sirius, if you pull on this particular banner, instead of just getting 1 out of 3 gauges, it'll give you an auto pickup bonus plus 2. So you'll get a full awakened unit 3 out of 3 gauges right away instead of just 1 out of 3. So again, as a quick review, if you pull on this particular banner because of the pickup bonus, you get 2 extra credits towards your awakening gauge, but most units need 3 to fully unlock their Stellar Awakened units. And this applies both for gacha units, which you'll need these Allcosmos Starcharts, as well as free units, although those are specific to free units and you can just grind those out for free, just like free, just free units. In the case of retro units, keep in mind that they have already announced in Japan, Suzette as well as Sukiya, both of those are available as Stellar Awakened. Not right now, but later on. And at that time, you can choose either to buy those style specific, they call it, Star Charts from the No Pau Emporium when the kind comes. Now, it's not here right now, so don't bother looking right now, but it'll cost you 400 Siberius gems. It'll kind of come in the same list as these treatises and chants and so on and so forth. And so make sure you do keep on saving up your Siberius gems. You get 120 per week, 10 per dungeon run, and make sure you do that each and every week, 120 per week for a total of 480 per month. Now, starting next month, people who have subscriptions will get extra Siberius gems from what I understand. They'll also get more Allcosmos Starcharts items. You can think of Starchart items as universal items where you can use it to upgrade any unit, whether or not it's a retro unit such as a Suzette that gets announced later on, or a current unit such as Sirius, and Sirius is the only one you can actually use this on if you really wanted to. Now, I can't demonstrate that for you because I don't have the unit, so keep that in mind. Now, a couple of caveats. The reason why I made this video actually, and also I'm going to be putting this video in the Back to Basics playlist, is not because I'm just kind of telling you how to use it. It's because this is actually information that new players as well as veterans, especially those who are new, since the system is very new, I want everyone to kind of make sure they know what's going on with that, because you can actually waste these items really, really badly. Now, as a reminder, whether or not you're free player or paid player with paid subscriptions, you do have a trial tab here. Every month, and it starts for me in North America, it starts on November 30th, but I guess that would correspond to December 1st UTC time in Japan. You get a series of trials. If you're free, you only have certain ones you can claim every month. And yes, you do have to complete and claim them within the 30 days before, say, December 31st or the last day of the month at a certain cutoff point. And if you do that, you can get a few chrono stones. Some of these are locked behind subscriptions. You can see Guide of the Land or Guide of the Heavens. Those are locked. But the free ones, you can get some chrono stones, okay? You also can get here light and shadow points, and make sure you do that each and every month, because it only takes you one red key, right? Or green key if you want to use a green key on, in this case, for me, Xeno Domain. Every player will have a different dungeon that's featured. Not all of them are going to be the same as mine. And so when you do that and finish it up, you can claim the 5 light or shadow points. It doesn't come as items. It goes into the menu where you do that right away, and you can choose the unit you want to put it on. I mean, we can have a huge discussion of when or who to put those light and shadow points on. My general rule is put it on people you want to unlock either more abilities, for example, extra move set on 80 light or shadow, or for example, an extra badge at 120, and finally an extra grass dust slot at 200 light or shadow. You can also use this on free units such as Aldo, especially if you want to get them to a powerful unit as 255. I advise generally against this. However, I do understand if you're newer to the game and you don't want to wait for grinding multiple months for Aldo, this is a slightly faster way of adding additional light or shadow points to the free unit of your choice as well. That being said, generally I recommend putting it on gacha units, especially those who you use a lot of, or if you just happen to waifu or whatnot. Something to keep in mind is that since Suzette and Sukiya are now announced as Stellar Awakened units, for those who have those units at less than 80 light or shadow, you might consider putting some of these light and shadow points towards those units as well. So again, make sure you do this each and every month. You get a few stones, but also you do get 2 Meow coins. And for a reminder, again, for those who don't know, you can use these in the store in Barakai, and I'll take you there right after this next portion. Alright, so for the cat equipment, you can find some for free. However, and you can earn some through, there's cat battles and other things, which again, we won't go into. But more importantly, if you do want to buy them, you can buy them here, and you can dress up your cat. Usually at each month or each update, they drop some additional new cool things to buy, and these are exclusive using cat coins. Notice that they are specific to usually characters in the game, either paid or gacha, so you can dress up your cat like Aldo, for example, or Mario, all the fan favorites. You even can buy a stuffed Moke, and there's more and more like that. So I won't go through all of those, but many of the players, especially if you're newer to the game or you don't do this very often and missed out on those trials, this is the first of the month. Start doing your trials, get your free Meow coins, dress up your cat. In this case, if you look at my cat, it is actually dressed up as Suzette. You can clearly see I have the Dark Princess hat, for example. I've got the Fallen Spirit wings, and I even have the frilly Suzette style frill. Now, if you're wondering about this one, this is the Lulu one, which is the Meowgatory site. So again, you can dress up to 4 pieces of equipment, or you can just dress up less, 1 or 2 or 3. But there's no other way to earn Meow coins as a free-to-play unless you do this monthly trial. But back to the star charts. The most important thing to do now, and this unfortunately does take a little bit of grinding, so a reminder that now, more important than ever, you do have to complete the free trials. Take a look at this last one here. Right here, the Trials of a Warrior. So remember that at 25 and 50 battles, you do get some chronostones, like 15 chronostones, not much of anything. However, at 100 battles, and each battle counts whether or not you're in a dungeon, overworld, or whatnot. You will now get an Allcosmos Starchart, aka Universal Starchart, usable for every unit in the game once they have the Stellar Awakened version, either as said as a retro refit or as a brand new gadget unit. One last thing I want to mention, especially with these Allcosmos Starcharts, they are extremely rare. I've shared my thoughts and views about this new upgrading system, so this video is not to discuss the pros and cons of the system, but more importantly, how to utilize these Allcosmos Starcharts effectively. Now, it's still very new in the game. You do need 3 Allcosmos Starcharts if you hit a 4.5, say, of a Sirius or a future banner. If you've had the 5-star in the past, aka Suzette or Sukiya, you'll only need 2 Starcharts. Now, with the 2 retro Starcharts, you can either use the Allcosmos, which is universal, can be used on any unit, or much rather, I would advise you to use Sabira's Gems if you have enough to buy each of those style-specific Starcharts, aka style-specific means specific to one unit, so you'll buy 2 Suzette ones, or 2 Sukiya ones, or 2 of each. And then since you have 1 out of 3 because you've already pulled the 5-star of a Suzette or Sukiya in the past, then you can side grade it that way to the Stellar Awakened. I do not recommend using Allcosmos Starcharts on retrofit units. If you're desperate and you need to. But remember, at this point in the game, extremely rare. You only get 1 every month through the trials as a free play. If you are a paid player and you get 2 subscriptions, both, you'll probably have an additional 1.2. And I mean, it's 1.2 because they give fragments, which we won't get into either, but you'll get another 1 in a bit. So regardless, you only get 2 per month. That one we got in the inbox is a one-time only, everyone. It is not every month. So you only get 1 a month for free players and 2 a month for subscription players. And because of that, and remember that you need either 2 or 3 for a specific unit, my advice, hold for the unit you want to do it, and if you're going to do it, do all 3 at once. You don't want to be like spreading 1 here, 1 there, and then 3 months later you're like, crap. I don't have enough to do any one unit, or more importantly, I put 1 in a unit that's not meta anymore, I don't like it anymore, or I've replaced it with a new unit. Good. That would suck really, really bad. And remember that these Starcharts, just like light and shadow points or any other consumable unit, is non-reversible. You cannot get the item back. I don't think if you call or consult with support that you'll get it back. That will be a one-time loss, just like spending a dozen stones, except that you end up with absolutely nothing. So if you're going to do it, save up till you have 2 or 3, depending on what kind of unit you have, whether or not it's already 1 out of 3 Awakening Gauge or 0 out of 3 Awakening Gauge as it may be. And then use all of them at one go. So if you're wondering where they are, they will be in your inventory, and they should be in the memoirs. So right now I only have 1, and you can see what they say: a special item needed to perform Stellar Awakening. So again, this is the newest barrier to side grading your units. Obviously, if you have Chance or Treatises or whatever, you have plenty of those, depending on how long you played the game. In the case of Allcosmos Starcharts, until they increase the flow of these, hold on to them for dear life, and only use them in groups to fully upgrade or side grade 1 unit, as opposed to spread them out here or there. So anyways, pretty boring video, I guess, but hopefully that gives you some idea of what to do with them, because it is still a really new item, and I just don't want anyone to not only not get them because you don't grind them every month as a free play, or even as a paid player, you'll be forced to grind on this because you won't have that many either. But more importantly, do not spend them in the wrong areas, okay? Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.